It's all the above, best believe we do it better. I want the fame, the fortune, all the above. I want the checks, the moolah, all the above. From Philadelphia to New York, all the above. Man, tell them other stations they don't do it like us. I want the fame, the fortune, all the above. I want the checks, the moolah, all the above. From Philadelphia to New York, all the above. Man, tell them other stations they don't do it like us. What up?
Hey guys, it's your girl Angel Marie from All the Above, and I am here with professional dancer and choreographer Celine Boom. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course, thank you so much for joining me today. So first and foremost, I need to know, congratulations on the new Netflix series that you have that is about to be released called Dance 100. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, thank you so much. It is Dance 100 is a new Netflix series featuring 8 choreographers competing for $100,000. And not only do we have to choreograph on a bunch of dancers, but we also have to perform our routines. And the dancers are the judges, so the dancers get to decide who goes home each week.
How does that feel? That's a lot of things jumbled up in one, to be the dancer, choreographer, and also being judged by others at the same time. How did that feel? Did you ever feel anxiety written at any point? And if so, how did you overcome that and work through it?
Yeah, so honestly, the anxiety for me came from personal outside things, not really from the actual show. I feel like I was very prepared to choreograph and perform because that's something that I did with the Brooklyn Nets while I was on the team. So that part of it wasn't really too much. Now, the judging from the dancers, I feel like that is something that as a professional dancer in the commercial industry, you are always facing, whether you're in class or on a job or whatever. So feeling that in a very concentrated environment and with the added pressure of it being a competition did lend to some anxiety because, you know, it gets really intense. But I worked through it by my faith, first and foremost, and my family and friends who are my support system back home.
I know that's right. And you already mentioned that you already have prior experience as a Brooklyn Net dancer. You came fresh from University of Arts in Philly. So shout out to Philly because that is where I am right now. Hey, 215. So you went straight from UArts into being a professional dancer for the Brooklyn Nets. So obviously this is nothing new to you. You're pretty much true to this at this point. Can you reflect on your time as a Brooklyn Net dancer in that experience as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually on the team while I was still studying at the University of the Arts. So I was doing that commute from Philly to Brooklyn at least 5 times a week for the last 2 years of my studies at UArts. And that was very trying, but, you know, I kept my blinders on, stayed dedicated, worked really hard. But my time as a Brooklyn Net has been so amazing. It's opened so many doors for me, you know, being from my inception on the team to then being captain and choreographing to now I'm the assistant coach. I'm no longer dancing on the team, but collectively I've been with the organization for 8 seasons and it just feels like there's more and more to learn and to gain through that organization.
Now, since you already had this job and you were still going to school, were there ever times where it got challenging and you was like, why am I still in school? I already have a dream career. Did you ever think of just dropping out and, you know, fulfilling full time as a dancer?
100%. 100% I thought about those things, but I had to do my parents proud, you know, and really get my degree. And not to lie, like I really liked my time at UArts and I loved my friends and I loved the things that I was learning there. Really, I took everything that I learned there and apply them still to this day. But, you know, being a working dancer and it being not really accepted, I had to fight to get credit for working commercially as a dancer because it tends to be frowned upon. Nowadays with TikTok and social media, it's kind of glorified a little bit, but back then, I feel old saying back then, but back then, you know, I had to really fight really hard. But there were times where I'm like, why am I even still here? I could just be doing this, you know, but I did both.
Exactly. Well, congratulations to you. So many
Thank
blessings
you.
coming your way.
Thank you.
With Dance 100, when you first got that call that you would be a contestant, what was that feeling like for you? And how did you come about to landing that gig?
Okay, so first of all, they reached out to me on Instagram, so I thought it was fake. I was like, what is this? I was like, they want to do a Skype call. People still use Skype. And there was all of these like preliminary stages to go through. And I was like, you know what do I have to lose? Like, it is what it is. Oh, sorry. What do I have to lose? I have everything to gain. So from there, I did the audition casting in LA, and I was like, oh, this is legit. So to then find out that I was one of the contestants, I was like, oh shoot, my life is about to change. And so like going back to my faith, I was just like, well, God is putting this in my life for a reason, and it's just my job to continue to grasp the reins fully and go full strength ahead.
I know that's right. And I'm sure on the show, there were plenty of times where people probably tried you and there were trying times. How did you remain resilient through it all?
My professionalism and going back to my Brooklyn Nets, training and the PR training that I've gone through with them, like just knowing how to play my cards right and, just being true to myself while knowing that like I'm not about to embarrass myself on national TV or worldwide television. But also like knowing that well, I'm here for a reason. I deserve to be here. I'm worthy to be here. And no matter what happens, like I've earned this.
Yes, I know that's right. Now, what would you say has been the biggest lesson that you have learned while on Dance 100?
Oh my gosh, I can't even. Ooh, the biggest lesson is crazy, but there's been a ton of lessons for sure that I've learned. And sorry, because I really want to give a really good
Take
answer
your
here.
time.
Not to sound cheesy, but I think the biggest lesson for me was to be unapologetically myself. Going back to what you were saying about being judged by others, I found that I served as a mirror for a lot of people, and they tend to bounce their insecurities off of me. And me being as empathetic as I am, not to get so deep, but for real, like I would, soak up those things. And now I'm just like, you know what? I am who I am, whether you like it or not. Not on no cockiness, but it's just like I'm shining bright, so that should inspire you to shine bright. And if it doesn't, then I'm sorry, but I'm gonna shine bright anyway.
Hey, blessed and highly favored. And now you are no stranger to being a professional choreographer, and you have choreographed and performed with artists such as Lil Kim, Blackpink, Megan Trainor, Maluma, and DJ Khaled, just to name a few. So can you share your experiences with working with those artists, and what was that like? Who would you say has been your favorite?
Honestly, I've said this all day. Lil Kim has probably been my favorite artist to work with because she's so sweet and down to earth. And working with a legend like that, you have your preconceived notions of like, oh my gosh, is she going to be a diva? Is she going to be hard to work with? And she's honestly the easiest person to work with because she comes in, wants to know the choreography, wants to hit it perfectly. But working with celebrities, like, I'm surprised that I don't get starstruck anymore. I'm just kind of like, oh, they're just a regular person, or like they're
Right.
inspiring me to do what it is that I love to do because they're doing what they love to do, And it really is cool to work with each individual and see how each team and each artist is different.
They probably respect you more too, that you look at them as just a person and not just, oh, a celebrity. That's
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
such a better connection as well.
absolutely.
In the dance community, who would you say are your dance influences, some icons for you? Who inspired you?
Easy question. Lyle Beniga. He has danced for Justin Timberlake. He recently just did a Chris Brown video. He's been somebody that I've watched on YouTube for like years since I was like in middle school. And Johnny Erasme, Jay Blaze, he danced for Justin Bieber, and he's danced for everybody. Those are two of my heavy influences, I will say. And Paris Goebel. Paris Goebel.
Ooh, I love that. Now, out of everything that you have done in your career, what would you say has been your favorite moment or the best part so far? The most standout moment, I would say.
Oh, that's hard. I think the most standout moment for me still is performing with Maluma on the 2020 VMAs because during the quarantine, it was hard for anybody as an artist to have a job. So like to be able to perform at such a pivotal point in just history was really, really, really near and dear to me. And I would say that was probably one of my first biggest jobs.
Congratulations. Now,
Thank you.
I believe you have such an inspiring story, especially in the dance community. That industry is very hard for someone to stay afloat professionally. I know a lot of people, I went to Kappa in high school, so I have a lot of friends who are in the dance world, and I know how hard it is to have a long-standing career. What advice would you give to young and aspiring dancers out there who sometimes are getting discouraged and think of giving up?
It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. And to trust your path. There is no right or wrong path. Nowadays, with social media, TikTok, Instagram, people might think that they have to go viral to make it. Even when I was coming up, I was like, oh, I guess I have to go this route and blow up on social media. But just trust the path that you laid out for you, that God's laid out for you. And, keep your head up. But keep your blinders on and stay focused and know that it is possible and be true to yourself.
That is solid right there. Now, we are all curious. What is next for Miss Celine Boom? What can we expect to see and hear from you, or at least whatever it is that you are allowed to disclose, obviously?
Right. I'm not allowed to disclose too much, but you guys can just expect me to continue to be a star. I'm going to revel in this moment and to continue to live presently in this moment. And I just invite y'all to follow me at _OItsBoom and keep up with my journey.
There we go. And you already went right into my next question, because I was going to ask, how can everyone stay up to date with you? But if you can remind everyone, how can they tune into Dance 100? When and where?
You guys can tune in to Dance 100 March 17th on Netflix.
There we go. Make sure you guys check it out. Follow Celine Boom and her journey. Support. All of that good stuff. But before we let you guys go, make sure you also follow us at _AllOfTheAbove1. That is how you stay up to date with everything that is going on with our show and see amazing interviews such as this one with the beautiful and talented Celine Boom. And you can also check us out on our website at www.alltheabove-podcast.com. That is where you will receive more information. And we are also on YouTube. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button at All of the Above Podcast. Thank you so much again, Celine.
Thank you so much for having me. This is such a pleasure. And you're gorgeous. You're gorgeous. Thank you so much.
You are gorgeous. Thank you.
Thank you.
As always, I'm your girl, Angel Marie, and we will see you guys next time.
Wednesdays at 7, Angel Marie and Kevin playing the illest records, bringing us back together. Philly is all season, storming through any weather, leaving the track bleeding, where we pull it together. We applying my pressure. I am your new professor, teaching this whole semester. Pay attention to lessons. I like a chili pepper.